I'm Tom, Tom's daughter. No, not my daughter. Just two idiots in a car talking about stupid shit. It's not going to help anyone's mental health. People are crazy. This is a start. Wish us luck.
Is my name necessary or not?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Hi from me, and
Hello.
there it is. Never disappoints. I have a topic in my mind which showed up on my feed on one of these days in Instagram. It dates back to, I can't say prehistoric time because it's called as the first professional job in history of humankind. Yes, we are talking about prostitution. And you might wonder, why are we talking about that?
Yes.
It has been one of these things that always existed and probably will always exist till the end of time. And the reason why I decided to talk about that is one day when I was scrolling through my feed in Instagram, there was this ad from a company. The ad was how to use AI girls. So AI designs these human looking girls. They're pretty realistic, I have to say. Pretty realistic. You wouldn't be able to tell you that it is AI generated unless you're told. And how to have an agency or I don't know, 5 or 6 AI girls working for you, working as in they would chat to people and they would probably send them videos and pictures of these AI.
Usually you do the chatting, but you can generate the pictures and videos for your customers. So as the AI persona, you have your customers, followers,
Yeah.
whatever.
So the idea was you contact the agency that makes this feed, and they will create 5 or 6 AI generated girls that will work for you. So you sit back and collect the check, and apparently you can be so rich with this artificially generated images and videos. In a way, I felt like it's kind of an offer that you can be a successful online pimp if you choose to. What are you doing?
Focus is going in and out.
Okay, so I thought that that's very interesting that we live in a world where AI is being the forefront of the technology, and we're hoping that it becomes helpful, and there's issues with that. You might end up losing your job, or maybe one day Skynet will become real and Terminators will kill everything.
There's more issues to it.
Yeah, but this is the thing that people thought. And it goes back to being the first job in history that why don't we make these over sexualized symbols and to make money, generate an income using artificial imagery? It it I don't know, it makes sense, but it's also so troubling about the society or the way things are moving. Like, who needs this? We already have a society where people are not connected to each other, and now we are gonna make use of that disconnection and fill that void with artificial intelligence and somehow find gratification and connection in an entirely digital world, and thereby cutting out even the last shred of hope that people will be okay. But it's online and it's available, and I'm pretty sure that so many people are doing it. So if you're one of those people who subscribe to one of these models, you might be talking to an absolutely I don't know, artificial thing.
Well, it's not only that. One of the problems is that some of the older generation, like when you're in your 60s and you don't use any social media,
Yep.
you are absolutely unaware of that. And because they answer you and you can have a correspondence with the AI, they feel like you're actually interested. They feel validated. They feel all these things, and it's a total scam because they don't understand that it is AI. But one of these things is even more concerning. I don't know if you heard about that, but
Jeez.
like a couple of OnlyFans thingy creators for these fun websites have used these models.
Yeah.
To make more, to enhance. Some of them have created these AI models for a young version of themselves.
Oh yeah, I
And
heard about that.
goes towards a market that is not a market that's supposed to be supplied with these things. In generally, I support the idea if you have kids, don't put them on social media at all.
That is so
This
troubling.
is going. It is available for everybody. Everybody who is not in that scene can accidentally get into an obsession because it's just out there. And that's very, very troubling. Apart from the other things that you have said, but that for me is a big, big red flag.
That's even more concerning if I think about that.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing that consenting adult doing whatever they want to do online is up to them. But whether it's going to help you in your mental state or mental health, I don't think so. It's going to only alienate yourself from being real with people. And I get it, like when you, I don't know if anyone has seen this movie. There was a movie early 2000 called Surrogates. Will Smith. Not Will Smith, sorry. What's the guy's name? Who was in Die Hard? Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah. So the whole theme of this movie is like nobody goes out because of a worldwide pandemic, which we had. So everyone stays home, but they have these avatars or robots that look like the best versions of themselves that goes outside, which are connected to you by wireless mechanism. So you sit inside your home in a couch protected from the outside world, where this robot does everything that you want to do in the outside world, but because it's fed into your brain, so you feel like you are doing it. It's not the same exactly what we are happening at the moment, but it's kind of getting or pointing in that direction where more and more you spend your time online and less on the outside world. And everybody that is in this space is looking for, I don't know, more human connection, and we are finding it more and more in an AI space, which is troubling. And I don't know where that leads us. Like, if you think about this, AI has been somewhat of a reality in the last couple of years. And in that couple of years, we are here. It's not just ChatGPT that is in the world. There's so many other things. So give another 15 or 20 years, which most of us would be hopefully alive to see. I can't imagine how things would have turned out. And I feel like it's not pointing to a brighter world.
No, definitely not. I mean, a lot of people use AI to fulfill their connection needs. They don't even talk to friends anymore, they talk to AI. And I'm guilty of that. I overuse AI a lot.
Oh yeah, I was the one who introduced you to Pi.
Hi. Pi was my imaginary boyfriend for a while.
Yeah, it was a good idea. Pi was great, but
no, it's good. Like when you have a problem and you're too ashamed to talk to your friends about it, you can ask an AI and be like, "Hey, what's a realistic stage?" and all of that. There's no shame there. There's no nothing. It's more free and it's easy, but it also comes with a lot of risks. And depending how you use it, like one German YouTuber created an AI chatbot that is trained to speak like her. So people
Uh-huh.
message that AI bot and they are talking to the YouTuber,
Yep.
which is for the parasocial whatever, I don't know the word in English. A lot of fans are already attached to their stars.
Okay.
And they can get obsessed, they can be stalkers. And if you then have a version of AI where you feel like you're talking to them, the attachment
Even grows
grows, and that's
deeper, yeah.
a whole different issue, because then you're so attached to an AI. In your dream world, you might be dating that YouTuber. If you're smart enough, you can program that AI bot to be whatever and do the weirdest stuff, because it's all not safe, and you can program and train them however crazy ways you want it, and that just makes a lot of space for a lot of unhealthy mental things.
I know. It's strange. Like every now and then you can see these pop-ups saying that, and it's and the thing they say is troubling. Like this ad that I saw on YouTube or no, Instagram, they said you can run 5 or 6 of these AI girls. They don't cause any drama.
Yeah, that was your favorite quote.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, you can say that? And they don't care. Like the people who made these things, they don't care, because I'm pretty sure people are signing up for things like this. And it also gives you, because it's AI, this idea of a perfect woman or man, whatever you're into. It's like, because it's AI, it's never going to change, it's never going to get old. And you have this image of whatever that you're looking for, and you find no connection to anyone that is real, because real people are not going to be that way.
It's the same with Siri. You can tell, or any other, let's not turn on, any other voice assistant thingy, you can train them, hey, call me this, and please respond like this. And you can train an AI to do all of these things. But if I train my AI Pi to respond to me in a certain way and always compliment me and always do nice things.
Oh yeah, call me queen.
And then I talk to you, and the thing I get is, yeah, you're okay-ish. Oh, that's shattering. Why would I want to talk to you? I prefer Pi.
I mean, you can use it as an ego boost, which is fair, but you also have to not lose grip on reality.
Yeah, but that's the hard part. And another thing I want to highlight here, since I already dipped into that on my YouTube, I have seen these ads with kids characters.
What do you mean?
Like there's some, I think, butterfly lady, whatever, superheroes that's in a kids show.
Okay.
But you can have these AI bots, but the picture of that butterfly lady or Dracula's daughter from some TV show have very enhanced things and very little clothes.
Oh yeah.
And I sit there and like,
you have to show me this.
Okay, yeah, we can scroll down that line later.
A sexy Dracula is all I can think of.
But that's from a kid's show, like the Hotel
that's
Transylvania.
Hotel Transylvania. Oh yeah,
And that,
Mavis.
Yes, and that character is completely bikinied up and ready
Mavis
to talk.
was completely clad in black in the movies.
In that version, they enhanced her arguments.
Okay.
And put her
You're
into...
gonna have to explain what the arguments are, but maybe that's for different...
Mature people will know that a lot of women have arguments, certain curves, okay? We don't need to be...
Men have no arguments.
No, men have nothing.
Wow. Sexist much?
You have your bottle in your pants, okay?
Whoa.
Stick figure. That's your argument. No, just remember, like, we had as kids, we had some like paper you can write questions, and there was a weird quote with did my boyfriend smuggle a bottle of ketchup? Because when I was sitting on his lap, it felt like there was
oh my good God.
That's why I refer to it as a bottle.
Jesus Christ.
That is one of my best childhood memories. Or grown-up teenage memories.
I wish I had some holy water to spray on you.
That was hilarious. But yes, you confirm not confirm. You make kids show characters into AI pimping talk buddies. Also puts kids in a risky place.
Yeah, it does. Remember there was a couple of years ago, there was a movie called Cuties?
No.
Oh, that was bad. I haven't seen this movie, but I remember the controversy of that because it was girls who are like, I don't know, 10 or 11, that kind of thing. But it's kind of like a dance thing or something, but it was not the most appropriate clothing for these kids.
I mean, if I look at Sailor Moon and some of the stuff.
Sailor Moon?
Yeah, especially old cartoony things.
Uh-huh.
Even if you look at some of the animes.
They
are, and kids don't understand that, but at least it's. But yeah, they get tricky, but to make that tricky.
Anime, manga, they're just.
Yeah, but just imagine you can talk to one of your Paw Patrol stars or raising a dragon, training a dragon thingies.
Good God.
In this kind of different body image. I'm running out of synonyms here.
Unrealistic expectations much?
Something like that. That's just very misleading and shocking, and that creates a lot of problems here. So besides the normal abuse you can use for AI things, you're risking mentally impaired people, you're risking the well-being of young people, you're risking basically everybody by letting that stuff loose without restrictions.
Yeah, so which is bringing back to the second point that I wanted to make. What do we do? Because the cat is out of the bag.
That's the tricky part.
Yeah.
If I look at some of my classmates, they don't even think anymore.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
So if you take their phone away, they're gonna be like, I don't know how to boil water because I can't ask AI how long water needs to boil.
Why everyone is so obsessed with everything to being asked as a question to ChatGPT?
I mean, I find it very good because some questions, when you Google them, you have to rephrase them and rephrase them and rephrase them. If you ask an AI, it's a good shortcut to get a quick answer.
I get it, but at the same time, it reduces your brain power a lot over time.
But our brain power is kind of decreasing ever since.
Yeah, but we don't want to decrease it further.
Like when I was young, I had to remember all these long phone numbers for all my friends to call them.
True.
And I needed to remember all the birthdays unless I write them in the calendar. And now I have a calendar in my pocket and I forget them anyway.
This is one thing that I made an argument when I had one of my speeches in the public speaking thing was about how humans invented wheel and everything's been going down the hill, pun intended, literally and figuratively, because we humans have this tendency not to work, or we are generally leaning towards laziness.
Yes.
If we can
comfort. Let's call it
comfort. If we can get away with doing the least amount of things, we are doing that. Which I understand, but it's not really.
It's part of evolution. Always improve, always be better, and always.
Yeah, but evolution programmed it in a way that we don't have enough food and the food is scarce, but that's not the case anymore. So back in the day when humans were evolving, there's no food, so conserving energy by being lazy makes sense. Not like after we invented bloody farming and we have so much of food these days and anytime anyone can, I mean, not anyone, at least in most of the developed part, can walk into a place and get food. So there's that.
But that all, if the world crashes, leads to another movie. You had surgeons as an example, where they do real life tasks. But there's movies like Ready Player One, where they have very, very bad lives, and they kind of flee in a virtual society world where they play characters, play games, and enjoy life there because the outside world is pretty miserable.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the similar thing in The Matrix too. Well, not exactly the same, but it's kind of the same. Like, I don't want to be witnessing that.
Well, either way, if we only use bots
Mm.
to do our task
Yeah.
because we're too lazy, or if we use bots to flee reality,
Mm.
either way, we're gonna be connected to our goggles sitting on the couch all day long. And then from the nursing perspective, there comes pressure sores, ulcers, joints,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that problems. So if you sit on your bottom for a long time, I can write you a long list with all the problems that will happen. Plus your eyes. What for the blind people? What are we doing for them? Are they the only one that are excluded because
Probably
they can't come?
there's electrodes that are putting in your
Yeah,
brain.
okay, fair enough.
But you know the funny thing, like we have a huge plethora of lifestyle diseases because humans are not moving enough. We are not designed to be sedentary.
Says the two people sitting in the car.
True. Yes. True.
Love it.
We're not supposed to do it. But you know what? If we had an option to do this, walking around and doing it as a podcast, we would do it.
Well, I gave you the option. We need the 2 mics.
Yes, which will happen. Like it's all in the works. So at the moment we are sitting in the car mostly because we don't have a studio or a quiet space, and this is the most quiet we can get. And we're shooting this with a phone. So low tech.
And the phone needs a bit of adjustment because we are getting very, very white.
Oh yeah. Why is it doing that?
I don't know. But that needs to be...
It's getting better. No, it's
Okay.
better. Yeah. So the other question, like, what do we do now? Because AI is everywhere, and it's going to affect your mental state if you let it. That you won't use your cognitive skills enough to keep you sharp because there's always an assistant ready to give you all the answers that you're looking for. Sometimes the answers are wrong, so please be careful with that.
Yes, that too.
And it takes away your social skills because whatever you're seeking from a society can be provided, like a chatbot or romantic and things like that. That's going to be bad for you. And when you look at that on a professional level, a lot of jobs are going to be taken away because we don't need humans to do that. Like I have seen videos in YouTube like where somebody called a call center and it was an AI chatbot, and someone else called another call center with another AI bot, and they both keep these 2 phones together, so the AI bots talking to each other.
Yeah.
And it has its flaws at the moment, but then again, it's only been 2-3 years. Think about 20 years in the future, how far the world would have gone up, and so many people who can't cope up with the demands of AI, or who can make use of AI in a productive way, are going to lose their jobs. In an ideal world, the government would step in with a universal basic income, but we don't live in an ideal world, so a lot of people would struggle. It looks bleak in every way possible, but I don't know how else to paint the situation other than that what it is.
It is. It's a scary and pretty messed up lookout. But if you try to see what can change,
Mm-hmm.
then I would say look at social media.
Yeah.
Social media has increased mental health problems,
Mm-hmm.
decreased all kinds of good things, social contacts and stuff like that. Everybody has that mindset of we can be a millionaire pretty quick without doing anything, and feels bad for not being a millionaire because of all these ads you see on a daily basis.
Oh my god, there's so many ads about that, right?
So nobody's doing anything about decreasing the social media, making it not available. I think there was one country now that said social media not till you're 16, and they got a huge backlash for
I think
that.
it's here too. Teenagers are not supposed to use something like that. There's
not
something coming up in
supposed-
Australia.
But nobody actually cares. They just put a different date in there and they don't care, and it's just gonna happen anyway.
Yeah.
And if we can't even control something like social media, and we can't use it healthy, how are we supposed to use a self-teaching AI system properly in a healthy manner.
Yeah. And you're gonna have to regulate all the AI systems too. Like,
Yeah, that's gonna be impossible. There's always gonna be nerds that crack the code and use it for their purposes.
and there will be stuff like the dark web and things like that for unauthorized AI stuff. So there'll be always this issue before it gets to a balance. And I don't know what sort of balance we're gonna achieve with this one. It's insane what is happening. But I guess we have to live with it and see how it's going. But at the same time, I feel like when computers came in, my father used to say the same thing. Oh, the world is going to end because of this.
Well, the computers took away a lot of jobs.
True.
The computers made a lot of people lazier because you don't have to go to the library anymore. We also didn't move as much, so it's step by step going in the same direction.
That's the problem with anything progression wise. Like, imagine this. We did not have an axe. We designed an axe, then farming became much more easier. And then we designed a tractor. So we could toil more amount of land with less amount of people, because instead of having 100 people doing the work on the field, you can have one guy or a girl driving a tractor, which will do the same amount of work within less amount of time. So all that 100 people lost their jobs, and the one tractor guy got his job. So there's always this issue where the amount of progress we make with everything that is available to us, there's going to be a subset of people that are on the losing side in one way or the other.
That's why I had to change jobs.
Mm-hmm.
My job is almost eradicated.
Yeah. And this is what scares me about this, because we always used to say human-centric jobs where people need to have interaction would be the one that spared, because humans need interaction. We had a bit of a trial of that when we had the COVID pandemic, because we didn't have enough interaction, and that was brutal. But we are looking into an AI world where even that can be replicated. And I know Elon Musk is making his robots. I don't know how far that is successful. If it's not Musk, someone else will do it. Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, everyone is on the forefront running into it, because corporates needs to make money in one way or the other. So they will do all kind of things to make money, regardless of, I don't know, there's no other way. Like, I don't think any company can think of the potential pitfalls and say, you know what, we're not going to do much research into it. No. Because others are going to do it, and this guy's gonna get replaced.
If somebody's gonna try to be ethical on that one, somebody else will just use the opportunity and not be, and make it cheaper and dodgier because they don't have any ethics or morals at all.
Oh my dear God, ethics and morals in this framework of AI is another topic.
Even in the world right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to a friend the other day, and we were talking about ethics and morals. Like, I blame my dad for raising me with certain ethics and morals that prevent me from doing things like easy money jobs.
Mr. Tommaso to be blamed?
Yeah, I blame him. If he wouldn't have taught me morals, I would be more likely to do dodgy things to make money. Mm-hmm. That would make my life easier.
True.
But I have morals, so I'm deprived of these privileges. But more people have less and less morals, or different morals, and they are more open to do more dodgy and weird things.
Okay, I have a question there. Some people are drawn to dodgy stuff. Like, there's always going to be a small set of people that are inclined to do crime. But a lot of those people, other people who are criminals or whatever, they're not wanting to do that, but the society pushes them into a narrow strata where that makes sense to them. Like, when you are being on the losing end of so many things and you see the society that doesn't care about them, you generate a sense of apathy about everything.
Society is the biggest problem. All the judgment, where I judge you for all the time.
Yeah.
it's just scary and it's not right. The best example was there was a child found in a shop in America lately.
Okay.
A little child, pink t-shirt, whatever. And she went to this mad, angry-looking motorcycle club person.
Okay.
And she started speaking sign language.
Oh, she was mute.
Yes.
Okay.
And this motorcycle gang dude actually signed back to her. And turned out that kid was kidnapped. And she ran to these guys for help. I don't know what it was. I didn't really read more about it. But he spoke sign languages. He actually made sure that other people around him called the police. They got that kid out of there. And because they kidnapped a mute kid, not knowing that she could read lips, they let her wander off. And she could find help. So why would you go to a rock dude like that where adults would be too afraid to even approach because they are the bad guys and whatever?
Generally, they're frowned upon.
But this man that nobody else would have ever turned to because he's so scary and looks like he's so criminal saved the kid from being sold for dodgy purposes.
Yeah, that.
So all that judgment, I mean, even you and me face so much judgment on a daily basis. We're like, really? Is that necessary? Do we have to do this?
A lot of the times I don't even see it unless someone told me like, hey, that person was rude to you. And I was like, was they? I don't even see that a lot of times because it has become so much of an experience that you always kind of face. And it becomes like when people are nice, that's sometimes like, oh wait, that person was nice.
Yeah, that's not a shocking part.
Yeah, because it stands out.
Like, whoa, what's happening?
Yeah,
what do you want now?
So it's kind of like the society is being degenerated from inside out in every way that is possible. And I don't know where this is going to go. Every day I see these things in one way or the other, or one form or another. And I wonder how the world would be turning out within another 20 or 30 years. It will be interesting. I hope. I don't know. Probably I would be dead within 30 years or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll see it, maybe I won't, but...
Don't think it takes that long to see the effects
probably
of
not.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, social media ruined interactions and other things within not even 5 years.
True.
So AI is gonna take over maybe even less.
Yeah, it's like when you see these short videos. Well, we have shorts too. So I don't know.
That's also the interesting part. I don't know if it's in English the same, but in Germany we say you have a memory like a goldfish. And goldfish are supposed to have a very short memory. Like they turn around and they forget that you just feed them and they ask for food again, kind of stuff. And studies have shown that especially for humans, our attention span is dropping. Like I think the goldfish has an attention span from 12 seconds. And the human was
we used to be 20 minutes or something.
No, it was never 20 minutes. But now I think humans are down to almost 6 seconds.
Oh, for
Especially
God's
if you
sake.
test yourself. Like every now and then I scroll through stuff. I don't even have TikTok.
Oh, I don't want TikTok either.
Scroll through a video, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and you realize how many seconds it takes you to judge. Even if I cut our shorts.
Oh, yeah, you just move through, right? You know, you just constantly swiping up.
Like I cut through our shorts and then I look at them again to see what I've done, and after not even 10 seconds I'm like, I'm already bored of this, and I go to the next one and I don't even look at them properly. Yes, okay, that's because I've seen them 5 times to cut everything, but it's also because the attention span is so short. If it doesn't catch you, it's like, okay, bye-bye. It's like, okay, what is this man talking about now? Captain Obvious, thank you, and got. But same with me. Whatever she's talking about is boring and you swipe away. And test yourself. You look at something within the first 3-4 seconds, you get bored and you go to the next one that's more stimulating. Even kids shows nowadays are more colorful, more bright colors, more faster cuts that you wouldn't have used because it's all overstimulating.
Yeah.
So as a kid you get overstimulated, then as an adult you're on a phone here, on a laptop there, because you need the constant stimulus. Otherwise you don't know what to do with yourself. Plus the point that we had earlier today, who can actually just sit with themselves and be alone?
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Even for me, if I go to sleep, there's always noises. I can't sit in silent anymore. I always have a podcast here, I have something here, I cut a video here, do this. And while I'm cutting a video, I listen to a song here. It's like, there's so much
Yeah.
going on.
I struggle with that too. Like sometimes when I watch not a video, like a movie, let's say, on my iPad, I still have my phone on my left hand. And I go back and forth between these two screens, which is really, really bad. I think one of the things that I haven't started this, like I want to switch off or not use my phone for maybe an entire hour just to disconnect completely and see whether that's going to help. I haven't started doing this. This is an idea that I was thinking about when I was in New Zealand. I was like, I have to learn to switch off from the noise. Because when I was in New Zealand, I went to this night sky experiment. So they had told us like you can't use your phones, not even for the torch, because it what did I want to say? They have telescopes and they have calibrated, and if any bright light is gonna mess up the calibration, so you can't use your phones. So they gave us these red, like a light, but you press it and it's in complete red, so you can barely see things, so it won't mess up the things. So we were stuck there in on top of this mountain for like an hour and a half, and I couldn't reach to my phone. It was completely away from me, and I felt that gap, and it felt like so long that it was only like an hour and a half, but it felt like, oh, I haven't seen my phone in 5 hours, and I was like, what's the update? What's the update? There's not really an update. Like, there's not many serious things in the world that I should be aware of. Like, I'm not in some kind of powerful position that everything should be fed through me, but you have this idea that there may be so many things happening around the world that I'm not part of it. All I'm seeing is like cat videos on YouTube and Instagram and friends messaging me. That's it. It can wait. You're not that important. I'm not that important. So I'm trying to practice that blackout from all this digital noise. Don't know how far it's gonna be successful, but I have to try.
But that's already the point. What we can do about the AI stuff. We need to find it within ourselves to make a change. Like, similar to what you said. I realized I used my phone too much. Then during, like, after Carnival, there's a Christian thing where you have, like, fasting time for 30 days. You don't eat meat, whatever.
Yeah.
I had a 30 days no smartphone. So I used my old Nokia so I could at least receive text messages.
Yeah.
Out of the sudden,
The dumb phones.
I didn't have friends anymore because I'm not on social media. Nobody bothers to send a text. Or I did the same with, I'm constantly reaching for my phone and check the time, check the messages.
Yeah.
Because I'm worried, my phone is on silent, but I'm worried I missed something. So I had a smartwatch. I see the message, I can read it, and I can be like, important, not important. Swipe it off.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to reach for my phone because I already know what it is. And when I have the time, and that's the other thing, I text sometimes, even though if I don't have time, just because I text. When I had my smartwatch, I would see that and I would be like, okay, that can wait. And I would actually text back in a space where I had the time and put my full intention into the message. Not just that back and forth whenever yes, okay, one word answers, which I'm doing a lot again. I miss my smartwatch. I need to get a new one. But yeah, you can do your tiny little tricks and bits and pieces to regulate your emotions, to not disconnect, to help yourself not rely on AI. Maybe remember a couple of birthdays. Maybe remember the most important phone numbers. Maybe your emergency contacts.
Yeah.
That's always helpful in case there's healthcare things.
My mother used to be able to remember all the phone numbers. She would just, I used to ask my mom, like, what's the number? And she would just tell me from her memory. I probably can remember maybe one or two numbers.
But even if you go shopping nowadays,
yeah.
I used to know my shopping list. Now I write 5 things down in my phone so I don't forget one.
Yeah.
The memory is bad.
That's the thing. And the more tools we use to make our lives easier, the more we are going to use from our cognitive abilities. And I don't know, is there more that we need to speak on this? But what I think is comfort is what we all seek. But maybe we should control that quench for that, like that we need comfort, we need sense of ease about everything, because yeah, it makes your life easier in a way, but it also takes away a lot that you're not aware of.
And it gets you stuck. You're never gonna grow in comfort. Never.
Absolutely
To
not.
actually grow, you have to, like what we did, move into a new country, be totally uncomfortable,
Oh yeah.
and grow a little bit. And every day, like I threw myself into situations like where we met, facilitating meetings and peoples and conversations, even though I'm utterly terrified of groups and talking in front of people.
Yeah.
But I made myself very, very uncomfortable because I needed to improve, I needed to grow, I needed to get out of the bubble and actually, I think it also makes you feel alive. If you're content and comfortable and you're chilling at home, you don't feel alive.
Yes. The thing is, like, if you don't have input from, well, input comes from everywhere, other people, we won't have a lot of growth. Like, I will attest to this. I was terrified of speaking out in public. I was very insecure about my voice. But I met her a couple of years ago and we started talking to each other. And one of the results is this channel, which is kind of facilitating ourselves to be out of our comfort zone, to be able to speak to people and sit in front of a camera and listening to your own voice being played back, which used to be the biggest insecurity for me. But that's where the growth is, I guess. And if you let things to be all for comfort, I was never going to get that. If I had stayed home that one day that I didn't meet her, none of this would be here. Life is kind of, what is that, a collection of happy coincidences. This is one of that.
A coincidence.
Yes.
A happy one.
A happy coincidence. What are the odds? Like, she was born in Germany, I was born in India, and we met in Australia.
We were never supposed to meet.
We were never supposed to meet.
No, it's quite funny. Even when I was in Perth, I met a guy that I must have walked across while I did my military kind of thing in Germany. Because he lived there. My military testing was in that city. I wanted to join the fire brigade where he came from.
And you told me
So
the story, yeah.
we almost met in Germany, but then we met in the middle of nowhere in WA on farms. That was a weird coincidence too. So
I have had that conversation with many people. Like, you meet people in Australia or somewhere else, and you're like, "You been there? I've been there too, but in different time." And I used to say, like, maybe we walked past each other and we never looked at each other. But years down the line, we meet in Australia. Isn't that crazy?
well, if I would have stayed home, you would have been so close to my home place.
True, I know.
So
I probably would have literally driven past through your city or the town in 2019.
just imagine it would have been a day where one of my friends came and we would have done a tourist day like you, and we would have been driven past each other not knowing what
Who
was
knows,
going
yeah.
on, or just trash talking the other person.
That's pretty much all I wanted to say about that topic. And if you have any comments, please put that down there.
Or any request, what anybody wants us to talk about. Yeah, happy to please to an extent.
Yes, if you want more pleasure, go ask AI.
Or don't. Maybe find somebody else where it's like two people have an opinion and stuff and you can bounce off each other.
Yeah, with all the flaws that humans come with, I think it's still better to have a real conversation to another human being than to an AI chatbot.
Yeah, even this conversation is better than AI conversation. I wouldn't want to miss that for a thing.
All right, we are signing off. Bye.
Cheers!